Well, the state's new overflow shelter limits in Massachusetts are now in effect, meaning that families without their own place to live will only get housing for 5 days. As WBZ's Tammy Mutasa shows us, this is a huge shift in the right to shelter system.
The governor has said this new rule is to keep the state's shelter system from collapsing. But tonight, some advocates are concerned we'll be seeing more people sleeping on the streets.
As hard as this moment is, there's just no way around it.
Families huddle together sleeping at Logan Airport. These images illustrate how the state's shelter system has run out of room. Now some migrant support groups fear we'll be seeing more scenarios like that with the new 5-day limit on stays at overflow emergency shelters. Some families can get a 30-day extension.
We're going to have people on our streets who don't have a place to stay. And even though it's summertime, it'll soon be fall and then winter. And we're going to put a lot of people's lives in danger.
The International Institute of New England works with hundreds of refugees and migrant families to get them on their feet. The president and CEO says whether you're a migrant or homeless resident staying in a shelter, 5 days isn't much time to get a job or develop a plan.
The shelter system is full with both residents of the Commonwealth and migrant families. And that speaks to an acute housing crisis in our state, which is being addressed, but is not going to be addressed fast enough for many families.
So some of the people being given priority placement in state emergency shelters include veterans, those recently evicted for no-fault reasons, people with medical needs, newborn babies, and domestic violence victims.
This is a hard moment for the Commonwealth. I don't think we have a choice, because if we don't change something, we will have families who can't get into shelter or to respite sites.
Heading Home, which runs the overflow shelter in Norfolk, says there's a need to stabilize the system on the brink. They'll have to start working with families to see who can get an extension or who might have to leave.
It will be painful. People are worried. People are frustrated. But the situation is actually beyond any one person's control. And so what we're trying to do is manage a crisis.
Overflow shelters telling me this will be a rolling process, and they'll be working with families in the coming weeks to figure out what options they have. From the State House, Tammy Mutasa, WBZ News.